Greetings, beloved brothers and sisters. I wish to speak with you today about comfort. The desire for comfort is a natural thing. It starts so early in life. The comfort of being held, being suckled after the entry into this plane is probably the first relief one feels. And before being born into this earth, there was a lifetime of comfort, a lifetime of ease and peace and freedom and perfection. And then a sudden change, followed by some comfort. It's only natural that we would seek comfort in our lives. Interestingly, comfort over time can very quickly become a detriment. If you watch how your life has gone, as you've gotten older, the things that used to be comfortable may not be comfortable anymore. If you watch children, they're very comfortable lying on the floor. And they're also comfortable jumping up. And when they go from room to room, they tend to run. When you get older, none of those things are comfortable anymore. It's not comfortable to lie on the floor. It's not comfortable to get up from the floor. And it's certainly not comfortable to run. And so what we do is we start to limit ourselves because things become uncomfortable. If you watch what's happened over the past few years, people have given up so much in the name of comfort. During what was called the pandemic, it was uncomfortable to go to the store. It was uncomfortable, perhaps to even go to the beach. There was so much fear. The only place to be comfortable was indoors. So going outside was no longer comfortable. Mingling with people was no longer comfortable. And if you keep following where that goes, sooner or later, it's not comfortable to be connected with people except through technology. Going even further down the line, technology has allowed algorithms to produce on your phone only the things you're comfortable with. People who look like you, people who speak like you. You get to have a very, very quick reflection of whatever it is that you're comfortable with, so you get more of that. It's a whole life of comfort, and yet life becomes smaller and smaller and smaller until finally you're really just living vicariously through your phone because everything else isn't comfortable. If you move to a place where people only look like you, only believe like you will be uncomfortable with people who don't. This is why sometimes, even with the stress of the city, there is a comfort of being around different people and being okay with that, being comfortable with differences. If you look at your life and you see how it's shut down how less and less you go outdoors, less and less you entertain people. You'll see that you've traded a tremendous amount of life away in the name of comfort or avoiding discomfort. So what can you do? The reason that people become comfortable is because they don't understand what is motivating them is fear. But anything that you're willing to confront with love gets transformed and allows you to live in a wider space. You can start anywhere, but this is a beautiful journey if you allow your level of comfort to be challenged and then be acquired so that you become living in a wider and wider and wider space so that you're comfortable on the earth, comfortable with your neighbors, comfortable with people who don't agree with you. So many things evoke fear. Speaking up, challenging your body, exercising. If you allow just the idea of comfort to rule the day, you'll end up being sedentary, and your life will be about the only comfort you feel, which is doctor visits. Instead, I'm suggesting that you make friends with discomfort by bringing love to fear and fear to love. And let love transform your discomfort into comfort. It's a wonderful thing when someone you disagree with can be seen now as a friend. So now you're comfortable with somebody that you may have moved away from. It's a wonderful thing when you can let yourself be out in the crisp air and not run inside. But for a short period of time, let yourself be exposed to the sun. Let your feet touch the earth. Bring the love that you are to all the places where fear has made a home in your heart by challenging what you would call discomfort until you're comfortable with it, and then challenge the next thing. In doing so, you will reclaim the earth. You will reclaim your body. You will reclaim the kingdom for God, for you, for everyone. This one, years ago, was asked to come and consult with a group of travel agents. And they met at a restaurant, and they were going to do a little one-day workshop with him. And the owner made an interesting announcement before he left and left everyone there. In earlier interviews, this dear one found that there was one person that no one was comfortable with. He was opinionated and outspoken and somewhat obstreperous. And the owner of the company said, "You know, we have a lot of different personalities in this organization, and I think that's great." And then he left. And he put a completely different perspective on this loud person who was sitting at the table. And as a consultant, this one enrolled that person and became comfortable with him, started to see him as necessary, that some of his outspoken ideas probably needed to be entertained. And because of what the owner did, For the first time, everyone saw him as part of the group as opposed to outside of the group. And he made a huge contribution to that day moving forward and them all functioning as a team. But this dear one always remembers the pronouncement by the owner that everyone is welcome here, everyone's included, and everyone's important. And the differences are welcome and necessary. It's a good thing. Let yourself look at the places where you're uncomfortable. Take a deep breath, relax, and include that. Expand yourself to include what you previously may have felt was uncomfortable. And you will acquire that as part of the wider space in which you live, so that you are more effective, more able to bring love to more people, to transform the earth into heaven. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon.